In this video, we will explore fill in the blanks in PTE Core reading and writing. Today, we are going to unlock a secret no one tells you about fill in the blanks. This task is not just about picking the right word. It's about thinking strategically, predicting smartly, and understanding context like a pro. Most candidates rush to the options, but here is the truth. Your brain can solve the blanks before you even see the choices. How? With the mind map method. Okay, let me take you through step by step. Okay, the first step here is predict before you peek. Before looking at the options, mentally predict the word. You have to ask yourself what part of speech fits here, whether it's a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb. What is the sentence really saying? Is that a cause, effect, contrast, or result? What tone or emotion is conveyed? All these things you have to ask yourself. So here is an example. Although the CEO's proposal seemed promising, it ultimately dashed the company's growth projections. Step 1, part of the speech. So what should come here? Verb, that should be in the past tense. And step 2, meaning. That means the proposal had a negative effect, right? And step 3, mental prediction. So you can just think the word undermined. Notice you haven't seen the options yet, but you have already have the word in your mind. Got it? Now, the step 2 is you have to visualize the sentence. Now, place your predicted word in the sentence mentally. Although the CEO's proposal seemed promising, it ultimately undermined the company's growth projections. Now, you have to check yourself. Does it sound natural? Does it make logical sense? This step prevents random guessing. Okay, I'll give you a psychological hack also. Visualizing the word in context helps your brain recall collocations and grammatical correctness subconsciously. You can do that. And step 3, verify with options, and then you can use the collocation logic here. Now look at the options. For this one, we get 4 options: improved, undermined, supported, ignored. So we already know undermined word, right? So that matches your prediction now. Now you can also do the collocation check. Undermine plus growth projection. That's very natural, commonly used pairing, isn't it? So the correct answer is undermined. So always check which words naturally anchor with key nouns or verbs. So this will reduce errors dramatically. And here is the segment 4. It's a passage. Recent technological innovations have dash traditional manufacturing methods, allowing for faster production and lower cost. However, the rapid pace of change has also dash concerns about workforce displacement and environmental impact. Governments and corporations are exploring strategies to dash, this is the third fill in the blanks, negative outcomes while maximizing efficiency. Now remember, your step 1 should be the prediction. For the first one, past tense, that should come as a verb and then the positive effect. So you can just think about the word transformed. And for the second one, okay, I'll go with the first blank with all the 3 steps. Then I will go with the second followed by the third. Okay. And the second step for the first blank is recent technological innovations have transformed traditional manufacturing methods. So the options are transformed, ignored, maintained, hindered. Now, yes, when you put the collocation logic, it works with the word transformed, right? Yes. And for the second blank, if you see the blank, there should also the tense is past tense, verb, and it's a negative effect, raised, right? You can just think of that word raised. I'm just giving you an example. And then you have to do the mental visualization. The rapid pace of change has also raised concerns. And step 3, verify with the options. So we have the options alleviated, raised, dismissed, resolved. So you know which one fits exactly. Raised. And for the third one, the same way, verb should come either neutral or positive. So we can just take the word mitigate. So if you do the mental visualization for the third one, strategies to mitigate negative outcomes, so and so, yes, it suits well, right? And it applies the collocation logic also. And the options here are amplify, suppress, mitigate, fabricate. So obviously the option is mitigate. Got it? When you're doing the step one, the predict, right? That time it reduces reliance on guesswork. And step two, when you're doing the visualization, that confirms the fluency. And step three, when you're checking the options, that time you're ensuring the accuracy. So you can notice how each choice reflects both meaning and collocation, not just grammar. Okay. Now I'm just going to give you some mental shortcuts for fast accuracy. If you want, you can just make a note of it. The first one is anchor word first. That means find the key noun or verb in the blank. Okay. And the second one, predict plus visualize. So always imagine the full sentence before checking out the options. And the third one, context over grammar. Even if the grammar seems okay, sometimes you might feel the grammar seems correct, but the word must make logical sense in context. So you have to give preference for the context over grammar. And then the collocation check, as I told you, if it does not naturally pair with surrounding words, you have to eliminate it. Don't forcefully try to collocate it, okay? And you have to read the tone. Yes, whether it's a neutral one or a formal, negative or positive. So based on that, you can choose the words because the tone often reveals the correct choice. Okay. And here are some challenge example for you. You have to fill in mentally first, then check the options. So now you can just pause the video, try to read it, understand, and do the mental steps one by one. Then you can come up with the right options. Okay. The groundbreaking study has dashed significant insights into renewable energy adoption. Although the plan was well intentioned, it inadvertently dashed tensions between departments. The software update aims to dash security vulnerabilities across all devices. So first you have to do the prediction and visualization. Okay, I have given the answers here, but still, you can just try to inculcate all the steps that we have discussed so far. So for the first one, the options given are obscured, unveiled, ignored, complicated. And for the second one, also four options have given. And for the third one, again, four options. So you have to try to find out which word fits semantically, contextually, and collocatively. Okay. Then you can come up with the correct option. So here the options are already given, but try to find out with the step-by-step approach. Okay. So there are some final tips that I wanted to give you for PTE Core reading and writing fill in the blanks. You have to think like a detective, not a test taker. So don't rush to the options. You have to pause and analyze the sentence carefully. Look for a subtle hints in the words surrounding the blank. Is there a contrast, a cause and effect, or a time clue? For example, words like although or however usually indicate a contrast, right? Signaling that the blank may require a word with negative or opposing meaning. Then the second one is predict first, visualize second. Mentally, you have to insert a word that feels correct before even glancing at the answer choices. That's what we have done. So read the full sentence with your provided predicted word. Does it sound natural or logical? This strategy prevents you from being distracted by similar looking but incorrect options. Okay? Then the next one is collocation awareness is key. Yes, many candidates make mistakes by choosing grammatically correct words that don't even fit naturally with other words. For example, you wouldn't say like make a strategy. So the natural collocation is implement a strategy, right? So try to build a mental library of common collocations pairing by reading widely newspapers, journals, blogs, and academic texts. Then you will get an idea about it. And the fourth one is context is your compass. Always try to interpret the blank in the context of the entire sentence or passage. not just the few words around it. You have to ask yourself, what is the author trying to convey? Whether it's a positive way, negative, or neutral, any urgency or possibility or certainty, all these things. For example, when they are saying the sudden drop in temperature dashed the crops, the context shows a negative effect, right? Harmed, fits, not benefited. So that way you have to think along with the context. And then the time smart strategy. Don't get stuck on one blank. If unsure, make your best prediction and move on. You can revisit later. Mark tricky blanks mentally, and you can mark with notes if doing practice materials so you don't waste precious time. Okay, and check tense and grammar carefully. So you have to ensure your chosen word which matches the sentence tense and subject. So the common trap would be like past tense sentence plus present tense verb. So that's an automatic detection error, right? So always align tense, number, and agreement. Use tone as a guide. Yes, pretty much important. You have to identify whether the sentence is formal, academic, neutral, positive, or negative. Tone often narrows down the options and can save you from subtle distractions. Okay? So, fill in the blanks is no longer about guessing. With the mind map method, you predict logically, visualize naturally, verify strategically. So, your brain becomes a contextual collocation aware, time efficient machine. Got it? So, that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more PTE code tips. See you in the next video. Bye bye.